Buying Bitcoin with a higher than 50% probability, Mikey, Bitcoin, cryptos in general, everything getting hammered for the first part of 2022. And I wanted to go through a couple of elementary strategies invoking options and futures to get you feeling a little bit better about buying something like Bitcoin by putting the theoretical odds in your favor from the outset of your trade. If you wanted to dip your toe in a crypto market, but you wanted, instead of a 50-50, you wanted maybe 60% in your favor or 70% in your favor from a theoretical standpoint. Because even at these low prices, Mikey, the probability of profiting on a long Bitcoin trade is 50%. That's what, mathematical modeling and theories and everything has taught us.
Yeah, I love this headline. I love buying Bitcoin with greater than 50% probability of success every day. But it is true when you say, like, the case is, whatever fundamental analysis you have, whatever technical analysis you have, when you go long and underlying, whether it's Bitcoin or Apple stock, your chances of making money are 50%, because on any day, the probability of it moving up or down is 50%. So how do we add that strategic edge to improve our probability of profit beyond 50%?
And the first thing is just the basic covered call. If you are longing Bitcoin or crypto in an environment where you have options, then selling a call against it, boom, already puts the odds in your favor. Even if you're selling, a 10 delta call against it, your odds have theoretically gone from 50-50 to close to 60% in your favor. If you sell an at the money call, which would be like, I'm buying Bitcoin at 20K and I'm selling the 20K call, then my odds now have shifted to probably like 70% chance of profiting on this trade. Now, it reduces the amount that I can profit from the upside in this market, but there's always going to be push and pull. There's always going to be, something you give up for something that you get. And to Mikey's point, you can do whatever analysis that you want, but if you just want an extra, thing going for you, a little bit of a hedge, an extra 5, 10, 20% of probability in your favor, selling that call is a great option, or forgetting about the underlying completely and going at the puts is another way to do it. Mikey, why don't you walk us through this?
Absolutely. So just defining like how outright puts work. If you buy a put option, you have the right to sell an underlying at a given price. So if you sell a put option, you are theoretically getting long the underlying, because whoever bought that put option has the right to sell it. Of course, you need to be on the other side and meet your obligation of that put option. So basically what you're doing is getting a lower cost exposure to the underlying market. You're not going to be basically having unlimited upside, because your credit, your maximum profit is just however much money you receive when you sell that put option. But it is a nice probabilistic way to get long and underlying, because the market can actually fall in price and you'll still make money as long as it doesn't break through your short put. So kind of a neat strategic way to get long with a higher probability of profit.
Yeah. And if you sell that at the money put, you have a good potential chunk of change you can make, but your probability is closer to 50%. You probably got, 55, 60% probability of profit. If the market's at 20K and you sell, the 10K put, you've probably got, an 80% chance of profiting from that position, but you have lower profit potential, lower upside, that push and pull. Once again, last note here, and I think this is a nice Frankenstein monster that I put on in my own portfolio that is a way to do things as well. You want to kind of put on a little bit of that covered call like we started with, but in smaller markets here, I really like longing the SCCX small crypto futures, which right now is like a margin of just a couple of $100. It's a product that's worth about $1,000. They are much smaller than the Bitcoin futures and the cash market and everything else. And then I like the options in this BITO Bitcoin ETF. And they trade pretty much one for one right now, Mikey, just buying an SCCX small crypto futures contract and selling, an at the money call or an out the money call, whatever you want in BITO, which is going to severely drive down the cost of the trade and the potential risk because you're using smaller products.
I love it. Yeah, those BITO options are actually pretty good. Things are just like 5 or 6 ticks wide. And as you mentioned, the notionals are roughly equivalent. The correlations are very high. So it's basically like a synthetic covered call in the SCCX product. Really cool.
Love it, Mikey. Thanks so much, as always, for joining us. Hoping for a little bit of a bounce back in these crypto markets for us out there who've been trying to buy the dip the last week or so here. So we'll look forward to that throughout the weekend. Everybody else, look forward to Splash into Futures coming up next. Mikey and I are going to go eat some pizza. I hope you all have a fun, enjoyable, and safe holiday weekend. We'll see you back here on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace.